Let's do that Peters Township hockey. From the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Pennsylvania, your Peters Township Indians visit the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchak, and producer Todd Kazarowski on board with me tonight as the Indians and Vikings hook up in PIHL Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Class AAA action. Peters Township seeking its first victory away from Prinscape Arena officially since March 15th of this calendar year. Pittsburgh Central Catholic looking to knock off the Indians at home for their first win over Peters Township in their last 9 tries, and we'll have more on that later. But first, let's look at how the Indians bounced back from a tough loss in the season opener, a forgettable 8-1 drubbing at the hands of Pine Richland in the North Hills back on October 7th. Peters Township, as I said, coming back home this past Tuesday and getting back more to the style of play we've become accustomed to under Rick Tingle. A gritty 3-1 victory over their rival Bethel Park Blackhawks, another one of the perennial South Hills powers in AAA. And it was Ben Kovac scoring the game-winning power play goal, 2:22 into the third period. William Tomko, the exciting freshman forward who Brian Mitchell and I were talking about the last time he and I were together, he earned his first official varsity point with a secondary helper on that game-winning tally by Kovac, who finished again with a 2-goal night. Peters Township shutting down the Hawks, holding them to just 18 shots on goal for the game. Pittsburgh Central Catholic starting the season off with 2 games and 2 victories in said games. They won here in this building versus Cathedral Prep by a final score of 6-2, a resounding victory over the Ramblers, who had a tough bus ride back to Crawford County. And back on Monday in Mount Lebanon, the Vikings maybe turning a couple heads with a 4-1 come-from-behind victory over the Blue Devils. That's their most recent outing. The Vikings scoring 4 unanswered for that victory. And in that game, it was Tyler Gaffney, the senior, Sam Gaffney, the junior forward, with a goal and an assist in that contest for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And it was George Coyle who scored the game-winning goal, the sophomore forward for the Vikings. And Jake Dold, who we will in all probability see in net tonight for the Vikings, came up with 22 stops to turn aside the Blue Devils and give Central Catholic back-to-back victories to open the 21-22 season. The Indians, again coached by Rick Tingle in his 16th campaign, assisted by Cliff Bumford and Chris Claxon. The Vikings coached by Bill Connolly, who has spent the last decade behind the bench of the Vikings varsity squad, assisted by Michael Petrella and former Central Catholic player Dylan Junker. And again, it's interesting to see the different paths that these two teams have gone on since one of their more monumental meetings. These two teams met in the 2017 Penguins Cup Championship game, which was won by Peters Township, which would go on to win the Pennsylvania Cup that season. And since then, it's been kind of a downhill slide for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. It finished in last place in Class AAA the following season, and it finished next to last season. And Bill Connolly's trying to get this more experienced group going again. He has a total of 15 juniors and 5 seniors on this year's varsity squad, and they have not beaten Peters Township since February 7th of 2017. And we talked about sort of the downfall for Central Catholic. In the meantime, Peters Township, as you know, has been one of the more consistent programs since that victory in PIHL Class AAA. They have been to minimally the semifinal round of the Penguins Cup playoffs for 7 years in a row. So again, just kind of interesting to look at how one team's fortune kind of changed with a pivotal win, championship win that night for Peters Township out in Cranberry to capture that PIHL gold medal. And the Indians looking to make a 2 in a row in the 2021-2022 campaign tonight. And Ben Kovac, as I said, had the hot hand for the Indians last time with a pair of goals. For Central Catholic, one player to keep our eye on will be number 8, the junior defenseman, Beckham Alger. And we always pay attention to this kind of thing in hockey. It isn't every day that a defenseman leads his team in scoring, but anytime that phenomenon does take place, your ears certainly perk up, and so do your eyes. And Alger technically did lead the team in points last year. He had 15. There were a number of players right around that 14, 15 point area. A couple of them tied with 6 goals. Alger finished last year with 6 goals and 9 points, 9 assists rather, for those 15 points. So he can play a great 200-foot game, so to speak, and we'll keep an eye on him certainly as the night goes on. Pittsburgh Central Catholic, very spread out, a very balanced team offensively early in this 21-22 season, with 4 different players having scored at least 2 goals. And the last time I was privy to a Peters Township contest, they had the guns going early. They got the first goal 58 seconds into that game, hoping for just a little bit of a different outcome here tonight as they try to play Road Warriors in the home of the Central Catholic Vikings. And the Indians are decked out in their familiar red jerseys with the red helmets, white names and numerals, and the black Indian head logo, and the black PT on the shoulders, as Rick Tingle gives his team the pregame talking to. Pittsburgh Central Catholic in its off-white jerseys, home uniforms with the proper white trim, dark blue pants and numerals. No nameplates on the back, but they do have the gold helmets with that Minnesota Vikings-esque Viking horn on the side that we've come to become so familiar with over the years. And the Indians will attack from left to right on your computer or mobile device as we begin tonight's contest with Ryder Mertens taking the draw against George Ackland, the junior on junior, and it'll be the junior for Central Catholic. Ackland winning that face-off, and the Vikings skated into the Peters Township zone to begin tonight's contest. Tapped in deep by Cam Cardiff. Played and neutralized by Cardiff off the protective netting, and we get our first stoppage 21 seconds into the game. And it'll be Mertens and Ackland going again in the face-off dot just outside Indians ice. And again, Central Catholic is able to win that face-off. But Mertens takes over at his own blue line, dropping it back for number 97, Carson Alexander, the senior blue liner. Up ahead now for Mertens, who picks up steam through the circle and over the Central Catholic blue line. Mertens around a man to the corner, staying in hot pursuit of that puck to Alexander at the point, shoveling that shot just wide to the left of the Central Catholic goal. Mertens winning a puck battle in the corner there for Alexander behind the net. It's loose between the circles. Vikings trying to get to it and clear it out. They can't. Mertens steers it back behind the goal line. Attempting a draw pass there was Alexander as he is buttressed quickly by Cardiff. Indians with a good shift here in the offensive zone, but finally it comes out to neutral ice. And it looks like Tomko, the talented freshman, one of 2 freshmen on Rick Tingle's varsity roster at the moment, is going to see his first ice time of the night. To the corner it goes, and far enough for icing against Central Catholic with 15:42 to go in a scoreless first. Tomko will take the face-off for the Indians. He'll oppose George Coyle, the hero of that game against Mount Lebanon, the big win, road win for Central Catholic on Monday night. This time Peters Township wins a face-off. Shot from the left point, never made it through. Good work in support there of Jake Dole, the starting goaltender, by the Vikings defense. And now Central Catholic tries to mount a counterattack as this puck is put off the side of the net to the right of Kyle Thomas, the sophomore, who is back in net for Peters Township. Meanwhile, coming over the line is Tomko. Tomko wide of the goal, up into the protective netting, and out of play. For Kyle Thomas, the sophomore, the numbers 1-1, just over 77 minutes of action on the young season, 6 goals against, an .812 save percentage and .396 save percentage. Dold has won both games at the other end for Pittsburgh Central Catholic in an even 102 minutes of play, only 3 goals allowed, a sparkling .929 save percentage. He's been very consistent in goal for them in the early goings, and a .150 goals against average. Vikings control defensively. To the corner it comes for Alex Peluso, the senior. It comes up to the point, and Central Catholic gets it as far as their bench before bodies collide. Peters Township clogging up the neutral zone and trying to go the other way, but instead they'll just dump it back into Central Catholic territory and reset in the center circle. That's Ryan McKenna, the senior, dumping it deep and getting off here in favor of Carson Alexander. Vikings try to get some numbers going there on a long outlet pass, but that pass misfires. It will not be icing. And so we play on with 14:30 to go in the first. Kazarowski over the blue line. Through the right circle. He's shouldered off the puck, and it'll be taken over in the corner by Nathan Cox. Cox up to the nearest Viking, and that was Alex Sarkis, the junior, who helps his team get this puck deep. Peters Township on the far side trying to play it up to the line and hopefully for their sake out. 50-50 battle ensues, and Peters Township prevails. Pulling away with the puck is Kobe Ringwald, the junior defenseman. And this pass outletted just a little too far for Caleb Kovac, the senior, and it'll be covered up by Dold for a face-off in the Viking zone. And that technically is scored as a shot on goal for the Peters Township Indians, who have the only 2 shots on target thus far. And the Indians win the ensuing faceoff. Alexander, his shot from the right point, kicked out of there just in the nick of time by Jake Dold. Now it's chipped up ahead, and in pursuit for Central Catholic is Tyler Gaffney, the senior. He won't get there first, though. Carson Alexander will. Alexander wraps it off his own half wall, and it promptly is sent back into the Peters Township zone where the Vikings force a turnover deep in the near corner. To the half boards it goes again. Picked up there by Locke Davis, the junior. He can't hang on to the puck. Peters Township counterattacking through center as Caleb Kovac flips it into the far corner. Kovac on the forecheck applies pressure to Nathan Cox as the puck is sent around near side and out of Central Catholic territory. Connor Murphy gets it back up to center, but the Vikings intercept. And they have a man breaking open down the middle. That was George Acklin, but they're not going to be able to generate a chance here as the loose puck comes to Thomas, who covers. Own zone faceoff won by the Indians. They can't get it out, though. Here's a quick shot from the point right into the stomach of Thomas, the sophomore, who swallows it. And that was Alger, the aforementioned junior D-man, who, as we said, is one to watch at both ends of the rink. Another faceoff in Peters Township territory. This time it's battled for by Kimberling. Out in front it comes. It's loose off a skate, and that takes a Peters Township bounce to the far boards. One of the Vikings was camped out in front of the goal on Thomas's doorstep looking for a rebound, but there was none to be found. Slavin trying to get open. He does, as his puck is deflected off the blocker by one of Dold's own teammates, and the follow-up shot from Kimberling is put into his pillows, and he holds for a face-off. Oh, strange sequence there as the Indians very nearly got a very lucky bounce. And Bill Connolly going to change it up here before the defensive zone draw with 12:20 to go in the first as we remain scoreless. And there's Tomko battling for that puck, but Central Catholic controls. Colin McCarthy, the senior, puts it over the line. Going in deep to chase is Sam Gaffney. Gaffney is bumped by Ringwald. Played it to the half boards and floated up to center where it'll be taken in flight by Tomko. Tomko being ridden all the way to the net. Fans on the shot, and the follow-up is put just wide. Tomko showing great determination there, not giving up on the play, but just couldn't get enough behind that puck to get it past the Central Catholic junior, Jake Dold. Vikings applying some deep pressure as the Indians are finally able to get it back to neutral ice. But Pittsburgh Central Catholic sends it right back the other direction before Alexander takes it over for Peters Township, and he goes D to D with Kimberling. This pass misfires off the stick of one of the Indians, and I think that was Ben Kovac, the sophomore, who retreats back to his bench. Vikings lost sight of this puck. One-timer and a great kick save made there instinctively by Dold. Tomko out in front. Shot into the glove of Dold. And Dold will hold on. That was Cacciola, Luke Cacciola, the senior forward, who tried to score on the second chance there, and Peters Township's gotten a couple of those. They've opened up a 6-1 edge now in shots on goal, but still a scoreless game 6 minutes into the proceedings. Again, Dold, a very good start to his season, and he had 30 saves the last time these two teams met in regular season play. That was a 2-1 win for Peters Township. Vikings retreating defensively as the Indians throw their body around trying to knock the man off the puck, and this one's going to be gloved down by Kazarowski. No hand pass, play on, they say, and they do just that as Kazarowski takes a hard bump off the puck by Alger, and the Vikings go D to D. Alger near side gains the red line, dumps it into the Peters Township zone. The Indians intercept it, send it back to the red line, where it's sent back into Peters Township territory by Mario Masidi, the senior. Centering pass, kick save made there by Thomas on Masidi, and the Indians clear the rebound. Vikings come back into Peters Township territory. Shoulder save this time, standing up by Thomas on that distance shot by Dante Scalise, the junior forward. Vikings back on the puck again. Here building speed is Acklin over the line. Now the Vikings have to tag up, and that'll give the Indians a chance to clear their area. And that puck was almost given away, but the Indians do get it back into central territory. In pursuit is Caleb Kovac. Kovac not going to get there fast enough, though, as Mike Ewer, the senior defenseman, gets it just out of Central Catholic ice. Acklin, poke check there, a good maneuver by Alexander, but not out. And this one sailed from above the left circle into the glove of Thomas, who just kind of kept his hand on the ice and waited for it to pop in there. And now the Vikings waking up a little bit offensively with 9:19 to go in a scoreless first. Kyle Thomas, the underclassman, though, equal to the task as this is put in the protective netting, and we'll have a face-off to Thomas's right one more time. Acklin to take it for the Vikings against Mertens. And Acklin won it, but nobody was there in support for Central Catholic, and so Peters goes on the attack from the left circle. This one goes over the glove of Dold. That was Austin Malley shooting and missing. Malley with it now along the goal line, tries to put it in off a bad angle off Dold, and Dold, in trying to make the save, accidentally knocked his own net off the moorings. And so we get a stoppage in play, and this will be a face-off in Central Territory with under 9 to go. Central wins the face-off to the right of Jake Dold. Comes around to the corner for Peluso. Up ahead, pass intended for Sam Gaffney. He's not going to be able to pick it up. The Indians will instead sail it around their own boards and try to work it back to center, but the Vikings steal. Good little pass break up there by number 52, Ryan McKenna, the senior D-man. And this will not be icing. Official deciding that Sam Gaffney kind of dummied that play. And so we'll go on here. Halfway through the first, still no score. Malley trying to help out his defense, and he does as Mertens is able to flip it back towards center. Slavin pursuing this puck, and he's going to get there first and backhand it off the side of the net. Central Catholic there for the rebound. Here's Peluso doing the work himself. Up through center and over the Peters blue line. Peluso through the left circle. Centering pass, and this one is wrapped just wide by number 25, George Coyle. Now Martin on the counterattack. Here is Camden Martin. Knocked off the puck. Tomko fans in the follow-up. It's loose behind the goal. Indians are able to settle this puck down at the left point. Can they keep it in? No, they can't. Great dogged determination there on the poke check by Coyle. And Peters has to reset. Tomko over the line. Has room. Shoots off the glove. That might have just nicked the tip of the glove hand of Jake Dold. The Indians that close to getting the icebreaker here. Alexander pulling back around the boards. And now it will come out as Cam Cardiff overskated that puck. It's sailed up ahead by Masidi, but that outlet pass will be intercepted by the Indians. Played off a Peters Township glove, and up ahead now for Max Ness. Ness in on goal. Dold makes the save. Tomko on the rebound for Ness. His backhander is blocked. I think Cardiff got a piece of that as the Indian skater was trying to elevate the puck. Peters Township playing it behind its own net. And Murphy dumping it back into Central Catholic territory. Again, not far enough for icing, they say. Cardiff around his own goal. Loses this puck to Ness. And Ness has some space on the right side. Ness has a path to the goal. Ness shoots. Scores! Max Ness nuzzles that nylon. And Peters Township does get the opener. The senior with his first of the campaign. 1-0 Peters Township. 6:23 to play, first period. Maxwell Ness picking a corner and picking the correct one as he beats Jake Dold cleanly over his blocker shoulder. Off the face-off, the Indians are controlling the puck once more as they send it deep behind the net. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here against the Vikings. Interference is the indication against Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And so Peters Township will go on the power play for the first time this evening, trying to add to a 1-0 lead as provided moments ago by Max Ness. Slavin to take the draw against Ackland. And Ackland wins it for Central Catholic, and a good job of Ackland to finish that up himself and clear it. And Peters Township back into the zone again, and going down was Mertens as Dold is going to not take any chances and cover this puck up. And I think Mertens wanted a tripping call there, and I got to be honest, I think if Mertens had been unable to keep his feet on that sequence, I think he might have had a case for one. But I think they saw him still able to make a play on the puck and decided to just let it slide. 1:30 to go in the man advantage for the Indians as this puck is cleared back to center. Scalise the guilty party as the Indians nearly score on a second chance opportunity there by Ryder Mertens, who's had a very active first period in the Central Catholic zone. And Dold again trying to reflexively make a save, knocks that net off its moorings. If there's two things I can tell you about this building, it's that it's a great building to broadcast from, number one, and number two, the net on that side of the USA rink comes off its moorings a lot. And don't ask me how or why I remember that, but it just seems to happen an awful lot in this building for whatever reason. 1:05 to go in the power play for the Indians, who win the faceoff. Here's Ringwald to the right hash marks for Mertens. Mertens goes down low to Malley. Malley for Alexander. Alexander just barely keeps it inside the zone for Malley. Centering pass broken up. The Indians have to go to the perimeter to retrieve this puck, and they won't be able to, as Masidi clears for Central Catholic with 43 to go in the minor penalty to Dante Scalise. Ringwald had a little bit of trouble locating this one, but now he gathers it in and comes over center, splits a pair of Viking defenders, but loses control of the puck, and it's going to be put off a Peters Township glove and up ahead fortuitously for Peluso. That's not Peluso, that's 15 Masidi, I beg your pardon, who tries to get something going shorthanded, but he can't. And this may be the last chance for the Peters Township power play as Tomko comes over the line. He makes a move. He's in front. Shot. Save made. I think I'm not sure if Peters was able to shoot that. I think Tomko just ran out of room. Side down it comes. It's loose, kicked around, and the Vikings are finally able to gather it in after that racket as Cardiff will get it back to the blue line, but not quite out, as we're back to even strength. But Peters Township still on the attack here as Tomko rides his man into the boards. Now Tomko drawing a double team He better get used to that if he has the kind of varsity career we think he's going to have. Bamitsrider, the senior, unable to keep that puck inside the blue line, and the Indians have to reset here. So it stays a 1-0 game with 3:40 to play in the first period. And maybe a little momentum there for the Vikings. Let's see if they can ride their PK and find an equalizer. Here's an overplay there by Camden Martin, who overskated the puck and had a wide open net if he had been able to settle it down cleanly. But in any event, it's sent back into Peters territory where Tomko will play it defensively for the Indians. Now behind the Peters Township goal is Colin McCarthy. McCarthy to the right wing circle for somewhat of a one-timer by Coyle that nearly went on a play. Turnaround try now, side of the net, and smothered by Thomas, who got back in plenty of time to deny Coyle again. Rick Tingle going to change it up now with 3:06 to go. A 13-6 shot advantage thus far for the Peters Township Indians and a 1-0 lead on the road. Maxwell Ness, the goal scorer at even strength. And off the draw, this one is put by Coyle, who is having a tough time figuring out Thomas at the moment. Right into Thomas's breadbasket, and we'll do it again from the same spot. Kazarowski fighting for that puck, and ultimately the Indians do gain possession, and they come back 2-on-2. Ringwald taps it off the glass and to himself. Ness behind the goal, trying to put it out in front for a man. Turnaround try by Casiola. It's loose and cleared out of there at the last possible second by Alex Peluso, the senior, as Ness was that close to a second, and he had a wide open net too. That was a good play by Peluso, and even though it is icing, it's a necessary icing. And Connolly will take that to keep it a one-goal game, I'm sure. Face-off won cleanly by the Vikings. More good work on the circle by George Acklin. Up ahead it comes now to Casiola, who's poke-checked off that puck. And now he fights a couple of Vikings for that puck in front of the central bench. But the Vikings are able to get it in over the Peters Township line. With it now is Alger. Alger puts it wide of the net, and off the side of the Indians' cage it comes. It'll go all the way up to Ness, who can't quite clear the area. Ness, being patient, though, puts it off the glass, but not out. Glove down by Alger. And it goes under the glove of Thomas. That almost took a very favorable bounce for Beckham Alger, as this one will be iced by Peters Township. Under 2 to play in the first. Tingle changing lines one more time, as will his counterpart Connolly, in a 1-0 game that favors Peters Township. From the left point, that one put wide by Cardiff. Thomas appeared to be ready for it in any case. Glove down by one of the Vikings. That's Locke Davis, the big junior. But here come the Indians. Offside. And you can see it there. Nick Eddy, the senior, just a hair ahead of the play. Off by about a stride or so. And so we'll drop the puck just outside the Central Catholic blue line. And another face-off won by the Vikings, who have done a fine job, again, on face-offs, doing what they can to control puck possession, but they still trail by 1 here at home. From between the circles, this one put right into the glove of Dold by Caleb Kovac, and Dold doing everything he can to keep his team in the game. Now, if nothing else, the Indians early in this varsity season have run into some very capable goaltenders. Of course, Bethel Park always has at least one in the stable. Pine Richland got a great effort from Dustin Mooney on opening night, and Jake Dold off to a respectable start in this first period, turning aside 14 of 15. Indians from their own end with just over a minute to play in the opening frame. Austin Malley coming back over the line. Malley had his shot partially blocked, and it goes to the near boards where it'll be flagged down by Davis. Davis gets it just outside the zone, and Alexander waits for his mates to tag up before sending this one back behind the Central Catholic goal. Malley goes in after this puck, as does Slavin. That's a Viking sandwich there, and Peters Township comes out with it. From above the left circle, nice little maneuver there by Mertens. Mertens can't get a shot off, though, as he is taken down hard, and the Vikings might have a 2-on-1 the other way if they hurry. Good defensive work, though, by Ringwald there to stay with Scalise all the way and just ride him into the boards before he could ever get a clean shot on Kyle Thomas. From the boards it comes again, loose between the circles. Backhand try put just wide of the goal with 12 seconds left. Now the Indians will be able to clear the zone. 5 seconds to play. Here's Peluso up ahead. Snapshot, saved by Thomas, and the rebound is covered at the buzzer. So a frantic ending to that first period, as shots on goal now read 15-9 in favor of the visiting Peters Township Indians, but it is Max Ness's first goal of the season that has the Indians up 1-0 on the hosts after one. I'm Matt Popchuk, and it's Peters Township Hockey on Peters Hockey TV. Now the team switched sides, and we're just about ready for the second period of action here from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Pennsylvania. Matt Popchuk coming at you from the USA rink, where the Peters Township Indians lead the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings on a Max Ness goal in the first period by a score of 1-0. We saw Rick Tingle talking to his team between periods in that familiar Tam O'Shanter and state championship jacket, barking some encouraging words to his boys and talking a lot about short shifts this period and attention to detail, especially on defense, as this puck is put off the boards off the opening draw. Central Catholic behind the Peters Township net now operating as poking at that puck with Sam Gaffney, but the Indians control it. They're unable to clear, however. It's turned over, and Gaffney is right back in pursuit of this one. He has it on his backhand behind the net before Tomko rides him out of the play and puts him hard into the corner. They play on here, as this 50-50 puck battle will belong to the Indians. And the lead pass comes up to Martin. Martin had a poke checked away at the blue line, and here come the Vikings in transition. Gaffney, top of the left circle, centering pass broken up neatly by one of the Indians, who are going to be whistled for a penalty here. So it was broken up a little too neatly, I suppose, and it appears Ben Kovac, the sophomore, will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. So now the Central Catholic Vikings go on their first power play of the evening. 47 seconds into the second period and a 1-0 game. Face-off coming up to the left of Kyle Thomas, the sophomore. Won by Central Catholic. They go point to point. Peluso, the shot through traffic. It was off the skate of Ringwald, and fortunately for Ringwald's sake, it came right off his skate, as I untie my tongue, and right to his netminder. And we'll do it again, same spot. Central Catholic with it in front. It's loose. Hooking the call against Kovac as Thomas survived that scrum right on his doorstep. A couple of Vikings hacking and whacking, but Peters able to freeze the puck for another face-off, the third in a row. to Thomas's left. Only 14 seconds off that penalty clock thus far. And this time the Indians are finally able to win a faceoff, it appears, but they can't get control of it. Scalise around the boards. Now back to Dante Scalise. Had his pocket picked by Austin Malley. Malley unable to clear his own zone, however, as Malley and Alexander are working in the far corner there. Vikings win this puck battle, and they try to get it back to the point, but that pass is intercepted by Ryder Martins, and Martins comes back shorthanded, pulls up at the right hash mark, tries to outmaneuver a man, and ends up knocking that man's stick out of his hands. I think Peluso wanted to call there, but I don't think it was intentional, and I think that's a good non-call. Halfway through the Central Catholic power play, only one shot on the power play thus far for the Vikings, who trail 1-0 2 minutes into the second period. Poke check here by Malley. Unable to clear. Trying to follow up is Kimberling, and he is able to make the second time the charm. Tingle changing his specialists here with 30 to go in the minor penalty to Ben Kovac. Coming through center for Central is Masidi. Masidi, left wing side, into the circle, in on goal on his backhand. Masidi still corralling that puck. Looking for space, comes to Cardiff. Cardiff to Masidi. Masidi through a crowd, goes wide. Rebound picked up by Nathan Cox. Cox tries to center it. Broken up by a number of Peters Township skaters. Now it comes to Cardiff again. Kick save by Thomas. Rebound, it's still loose. And now Thomas will cover it with his glove just as the penalty to Kovac expires. So both teams now 1-for-1 on the PK, and it stays a 1-0 game for the Indians with 14:12 to go to the ice cut. Sam Gaffney taking the offensive zone draw for Central Catholic against Chase Stouffer, the senior forward for Peters Township, and Stouffer won it for the Indians. Central Catholic applying a good forecheck, though, here as this puck bounces off a skate and right back to the point where it glances off the glove, I think, of Thomas. Good shot there by Nathan Cox, and I think Thomas just barely got a piece of it as it trickled wide. Indians wrap it off their own boards near side, and Stouffer is able to get it as far as the red line before Gaffney takes over, and he's in over the blue line of Peters Township, centering for Cardiff. Cardiff on his off wing puts it over the goal. Rebound out in front is put just wide by Gaffney. To the corner it goes, and the Indians emerge with the puck. Caleb Kovac sails it in on goal and follows up his own dump in that will force an offensive zone faceoff for the Indians. And nothing wrong with that play. Peters under pressure in the early stages of the second period and needing something to kind of tilt the ice back the other direction. And they win a faceoff here to the left of Jake Dold. Vikings able to cut off that puck at the far boards, though. Indians digging for it. It comes back to Bamitz Rider. For Martins in the corner. Now for Ben Kovac. Kovac trying to go opposite corner to Tomko. Comes to the point, not out. This shot from distance by Kimberling is blocked. And the Vikings counter. Over the line is Sarkis. Sarkis from the right hash. It's deflected by Bamitz Rider, out of play. Face off to Kyle Thomas's left. Davis to take it for the Vikings against Caden Kazarowski. To the point it comes after the faceoff is won by the Vikings, but the shot is blocked by Kazarowski, and the Indians go back the other way. Here's Casiola with a centering pass intended for Kazarowski that was broken up on a sliding play by Alger. Above the circle, it's right into the glove of Dold by Ringwald. It's still loose. Indians fighting for it. Is it over the line completely? No, it is not, they say. Somehow, some way, Jake Dold kept that puck from completely crossing the line. And I think Ringwald would love to get Toronto involved if that's at all possible, but nothing doing at this level, son. Very, very close play. Indians within a gnat's eyelash of making it 2-0 in their favor, and they're actually going to take an offensive zone penalty off this. Kazarowski is going to get called for roughing with 12.5 minutes to go in the second, and Central Catholic is going to get a second consecutive power play opportunity. Tingle and referee Stragard discussing the call. Tingle appears to be in good enough spirits, though, as play resumes with Central Catholic on the man advantage. And through a crowd it comes. It's blockered away, actually, by Thomas. Thomas seeing the puck really well so far this evening for Peters Township, the sophomore netminder. Between the circles, it's off Thomas's blocker again as Alger put a lot of mustard on that shot. Indians trying to gain possession defensively, but they can't. Here's Ackland driving the net, and he lost it at the last second as Ryder Mertens scoops it up and escorts the puck out of danger himself. Mertens with a change shorthanded, trying to shovel it in, and he did not, but what he did do was draw a penalty, and that is a dogged determination play there by Ryder Mertens, who was this team's leading remaining scorer coming into this season. And he did yeoman's work to not only help his PKers, but generate 4-on-4 play for the next minute and 17 seconds. And then Peters Township will get a truncated power play, and it'll be their second power play of the night. To the point it comes after a face-off win by the Indians. Kimberling above the left circle. In on Dold, who squeezes it. And both goaltenders just so dialed in right now. And if you do like goaltending, and we certainly do, it's been a fun game to watch no matter what side you're rooting for. This time the Vikings win the face-off, but they're unable to clear it. Again, 4-on-4 hockey here for the next minute of play. Malley behind the goal. Outmuscles his man, takes a hit, but keeps the play alive, gets right back up with the puck. Malley. Cross ice to Kimberling. Kimberling centers it. Here's a shot that deflects off Cardiff and goes wide as one of the Indians, Slavin, was dumped in front of the net, right in front of Jake Dold. No call as the Vikings are guilty of icing with 40 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Tomko to take this face-off for Peters Township in the offensive zone against Coyle. And Coyle won it. Peters Township going aggressively after the puck, and they steal it. Alger trying to ride the man off the puck, and he does, but it comes out to Kimberling. Kimberling from the near boards into the corner as one of the Vikings is knocked down, and another penalty coming up against the Indians. Kimberling going to be called for tripping. And so this will be a 4-on-3 advantage for the Central Catholic Vikings. And if there were ever a chance to change the complexion of this game for the home team, this is it right here with 10:50 to go in the second. Indians leading 1-0 on a Max Ness goal in the first, but that lead looking perilous at the moment. To the half wall it goes. Vikings battle for it and come out with a puck. Good play there by Carson Alexander to clear his zone and outwork Sam Gaffney in the far corner. Well, Kazarowski is going to come back on, so now it's a 4-on-4 as the Vikings maintain possession of the puck. 4-on-4 for 30 more seconds. And if my on-the-fly back of the envelope math is correct, that'll be, after that, a 55-second power play for the Vikings, who get it out to the point. Faking a shot is Alger. Alger with a shot pass there that went by everybody. And the Indians are going to try to clear. They can't from the left hash. It comes out to the side of the net, and it's put off the side of the post by Sam Gaffney as this puck goes out of play. And the Vikings may be overpassing a little bit on that sequence, and that allows Peters Township to sort of level the ice defensively here, and now it will be. Okay, so I was correct. It is a 55-second power play now for Central Catholic, and this will be their third power play of the evening. Both teams 0 for 2 on the man advantage thus far. As Mertens lost a blade, he picks it right back up, and in pursuit of this puck is Masidi. Masidi from the corner, around the horn to Nathan Cox. Cox from the left point, centers for Cardiff. Cardiff to the right hash for Masidi. Back to Cardiff. Cardiff for Masidi. Masidi shoots, blocker save by Thomas, and the rebound is swiped at by McKenna, but not out. Here's Scalise dropping back for one of the Vikings. That's Cardiff who pinches. Cardiff trying to skate around Ringwald, his fellow D-man. Vikings go point to point. Shot pass is deflected wide by Scalise. That was set up by Nathan Cox. 5 seconds to go in the abbreviated power play, and the Indians are going to kill this off. 2 big penalties killed there in succession by the Indians as Austin Malley gives chase here. And that's a shot in the arm for the road team, I reckon. Casiola makes sure he has the red line and dumps it in. He does. Vikings get it up. Not quite out. Kept alive briefly by Murphy before Casiola has to leave the zone to play the puck. Now it's cut off by McCarthy. McCarthy for Masidi, trying to center it for Scalise. Scalise plays it behind the Peters Township net where it's taken over by Alexander. Alexander up for Casiola. Casiola in over the central line. As it's tipped up to one of the Vikings, that's Acklin. Acklin trying to split the D. He can't, but the Vikings still have it. With room between the circles is Huar, but Huar couldn't hang on to the puck. And now the Indians counterattack. Here's Casiola centering. Shot. Save made by Dold. And a great save it was on Kazarowski. Kazarowski and Huar pushing and shoving at the other end as the Vikings have the puck. Casiola knocking his man down. That was Ethan Pivek, the junior, getting the worst of that one as we have a stoppage in play with 7:28 to go in the second, and it remains 1-0 Peters. To the corner it goes, won by Peters Township. That's Kimberling. Up to the point. Tapped ahead by Tomko. Tomko has a man down the middle. He's going to take it himself and score! Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. William Tomko, his first varsity goal. And the Indians, after all those penalty kills, get a huge insurance marker there. 2-0 Peters Township, 7:14 to play, second period. Tomko comes down the right circle and fires off a sizzler that Dole just couldn't catch up to. And the Indians are looking for more here as Tomko is up ahead of the play, looking for that lead pass from Ben Kovac, the hero of Tuesday's win over Bethel Park. And the Indians are able to force a turnover eventually. Here's a shot from the circle. Kicked out of there by Dold, and the rebound comes right to one of the Vikings. That's Cullen McCarthy. Central Catholic counterattacking. Here's a little dangle by Coyle that's tapped away. Good defensive work there by Ryan McKenna as the Indians have it left circle. Here's Tomko again, trying to center it. Broken up by Central Catholic, but not cleared. Kimberling in the corner. Trying to center it out in front. Score! Fresh right to your doorstep, it is Camden Martin getting his first of the season. And the Indians take a commanding 3-0 lead with 6:31 to play in the second. 2 goals just a little over a minute apart for Peters Township, after Central Catholic was really coming on strong for much of this second period. Tomko with a nifty one-timer pass to Martin, who was all alone to the left of Dold, and there was nothing Dold could do about that one. Now coming over the line and dumping the puck deep is Sarkis for Central Catholic. Hard hit there by Locke Davis on one of the Indians. That was Alexander trying to work that puck free, and he does. To the near boards it comes, and the Indians are able to work it out to neutral ice. This little flip pass for Eddie is offside. Indians need to tag up as they regain possession, as Bambitsrider dumps it in on Dold. Dold quickly ushering that puck to his left for Mesiti, as this outlet pass eludes the tape of Locke Davis, and the Indians get it back to neutral ice. Over the line comes Slavin. Slavin off Dold. Save made, rebound. O'Malley was digging for it. And now he will catch up to the puck before he's ridden off it by Peluso. Central Catholic clears. Bambitsrider retreating inside his own line. Goes D to D. And the Indians tap it quickly back up into Central Catholic territory. And you sense that the Indians are going for the kill shot right now. They're not taking their foot off the gas. 2 quick goals in this second period to open up their lead, looking for more. Malley at the side of the net. And a sliding play there by Dold just barely kept it out. Peters picking up the physicality now as Mertens wins that battle, but his shot is fanned on, and it goes wide, and that'll give Central Catholic a chance to clear it out, and they do. Here with a chance now is Mesiti over the line. He's got one man to beat, and he cannot beat that one man, who is Carson Alexander. Alexander standing his ground, and the Indians take over. Over the line comes Mertens. Mertens trying to outmaneuver a man there. That's Alger, and Alger standing him up tall between the circles. Vikings trying to counterattack, but they can only get as far as the red line before Mertens is right back on top of that puck. And he dumps it deep and allows Peters Township to make a full line change with just over 4 to go till the ice cut. It's 3-0 Peters Township. Alger from the right corner. Behind the net it comes. And this one will be played off a Central Catholic stick and deflected wide to right of Dold. No icing. Vikings tied up behind their own goal line, and fighting for this puck is Huar, the senior defenseman. And Huar is able to work it free to Acklin. Acklin having some trouble on that late period slushy ice, but the Vikings do get it back to the neutral zone eventually, and they send it deep into Peters territory for Scalise. Scalise off the far corner, and it ricochets all the way up to Cassiola for Ness, who got the party started back in the first period. And Ness will come off here, and Ben Kovac will come on in his stead as the Indians have it in central territory. This wrister by Ringwald blocked. Ringwald gets it back, goes to Kazarowski. Kazarowski's centering pass goes right to one of the Vikings, and that's Dante Scalise looking up ahead for one of his teammates. Scalise trying to take matters into his own hands now as he couldn't get control of that puck. Vikings keep the play alive, though, in the offensive zone. They try to go cross ice with the puck now. Peters Township intercepts, and here's a lead pass to one of the Vikings. This is Martin. Martin shoots, blocker save by Jake Dold. And remember that one if Central can concoct a way back into this contest. Shot from distance now by McKenna, deflected out of play. Now, again, you feel that Peters Township was very much in survival mode at the beginning of this period, having to kill off those penalties, but the freshman, William Tomko, making things happen with a hard-charging goal down the right side, and just like that, Peters Township able to tilt the ice. Shots on goal now, 28-12 in favor of the Indians, who have opened this game up with second period time ticking away as Dold freezes for a face-off in his own end. Make that 29-12, by the way, for the Indians. And Peters Township winning the face-off now. starting to get some confidence maybe in that aspect of their game, which was lacking at the outset. One of the Indians going down. Central Catholic unable to break out, however, but they do have the puck. With it is Sam Gaffney. Gaffney shoots off the blocker of Thomas, and Thomas covers up his post to cut off the rebound. Vikings still with possession. Flinging it on the backhand deep is Coyle. Around the corner it comes. Indians trying to just clear it out. They can't. This puck flipped back into the near corner where McKenna will flag it down, put it off the half wall. Up but not out. Here's a shot and a goal! Oh, that was a pretty snipe by George Coyle, who gets his third of the year and makes the donut disappear for Pittsburgh Central Catholic with 1:31 to go in the second. And those late period goals can sometimes be game changers. You never know. Coyle, coming off his big night against Mount Lebanon, fires a hard wrist shot upstairs that beats Kyle Thomas, and it's a 3-1 game. Dooled off his blocker, doesn't know where that puck is, and fortunately for his sake, Alger was able to get it up toward the blue line and out of immediate danger. Now it's loose between the circles. Slavin couldn't quite catch up to that loose disc. Indians cut it off at the red line, tag up and jump it back deep. Final minute before the ice cut here in the USA rink at the Alpha Ice Complex. And the Vikings trying to just kind of hang on in their own end here in the final moments of the second period and go to the locker room down only 2, which would be a favorable outcome for them, all things considered. They might have a chance to make it a 1-goal game, and they nearly did, but a great save there by Thomas as the Vikings had something going in transition, and Alex Sarkis was all alone on the right wing, but he fires it right into the body of the Peters Township sophomore. 37 ticks to talk. Central that close, and you sense they've got a little bit of that momentum back now. Indians win the faceoff, unable to clear it out though. Kept alive by Scalise. Scalise down low for Gaffney. Gaffney on his backhand now tries to switch to his forehand, but it's going to be poked off his stick. And it comes back to center ice where the Indians might have a 2-on-1. Here's Casiola. Sends for Ness. Ness knocked down. Is anything going to be called? No. Oh, interesting moment there as Central Catholic now has a chance to counterattack with 10 seconds to spare. This centering pass is blocked by one of the Indians. Scalise in pursuit as it comes back to center. One of the Vikings knocked off that puck as time will expire here. And Ness takes a shove to the back from Ackland, and he's got to be careful here not to get called for retaliation. Tempers heating up a little bit as we get ready to cut the ice here in Harmarville. Peters Township wins the period. They've got 17 more minutes to go to win the game, and we've got a good one here at the Alpha Complex. Through 2 in PIHL Class AAA varsity action. It is the Peters Township Indians 3 and the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 1. I'm Matt Popchalk, and you're watching it on Peters Hockey TV. And back here in Harmarville, home of the Pittsburgh Vengeance, where the home team is looking for a measure of vengeance against the team that ended their postseason run the last time they were in the Penguins Cup playoffs 4 years ago. The Peters Township Indians, however, have the upper hand in this one through 2 periods of play, 3-1 over the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings. Vikings taking some momentum back on a late goal, finally finding an answer for the sophomore Kyle Thomas, who's looked very sharp thus far. Shots in that second period, 14-7 in favor of the Indians and 29-16 overall for Peters for the game through the first 34 minutes of action. It was Max Ness getting his first of the season, 10:37 into the game from the right wing circle to make it 1-0 Indians, and that's the way it was until 9:46 into the second period. Peters Township had to kill off a few penalties until William Tomko, flying down the right wing circle, fired a hard shot past Jake Dold, assisted by Ryan McKenna, to make it a 2-0 game for the Indians. The Indians scoring again just 43 seconds later. Camden Martin set up by Ben Kovac, whom I erroneously referred to as Tomko. That was 18, not 28, on the helper there on that third Indians goal. So consider all the culpas miad, as it were. And that made it a 3-0 game, 10:29 into the second period. And then exactly 5 minutes later, Central Catholic got on the board. It was George Coyle, his team leading third of the young season, from Sam Gaffney and Colin McCarthy. And that is where we stand right now as the Indians face it off just beyond their own blue line, and they will control this puck in the early moments of the third period. Kobe Ringwald near side to Malley, up ahead for Martins, and Martins flips it off a stick and out of play, and you want to keep an eye on those two. Martins and Malley each had a goal and 2 assists the last time they played in this building. That was a 6-1 Peters Township win back on December 8th of 2020 here at the Alpha Complex. And Mertens especially has been coming on strong as he puts this one off the blocker hand of Dold. And they've been quiet, and from whatever standpoint you're on, almost too quiet, as this kick save is made by Thomas, and there is no rebound, much to the chagrin of Pivach, the junior, who went down on his own volition in the corner near side for Central Catholic. Good double team here defensively by the Indians, but they're unable to clear the puck as Ackland keeps this sequence going for the Vikings. To the boards it goes for Ackland, whose shot from the bad angle was blocked. It's loose on the doorstep, cleared out of there, swiped off the goal line at the last second by one of the Indians. That was Mertens getting back on defense to help out his goaltender. The Vikings that close to making it a 1-goal contest early in this third period. Tomko on the forecheck. Almost created a turnover there. And this time, though, it'll be Peluso muscling the puck out to center. And here with space down the left side is Scalise on his off wing. He puts it off a Peters Township body, never went through. And the Indians try to get the transition game going. Kovac struggled to play this puck, however, on the lead pass. It'll be swept away by Alger. Comes out in front just beyond the reach of Ben Kovac. To the point it comes loose. Put over top the goal by Martin, looking for a second. Rebound at the side of the net is frozen, and the net dislodged again. So it really wasn't frozen, as it was pried loose and put off the boards. Some of the Indians fans on the far side of the rink expressing their frustration at the fortunate whistle there for Dold. Offensive zone face-off for Peters, and put promptly just off the blocker hand of Dold by Max Ness. McKenna from between the benches fighting for this puck for the Indians. Cassiola in there digging as well. McCarthy battling for Central Catholic, and he wins that battle, getting it back to his defensive partner Alger. Indians in neutral ice trying to move it forward. They can, and here comes Beckham Alger, putting it hard off the blocker of Thomas, so hard that he lost his goalie stick entirely as the puck went out of play. And we said keep your eye on Beckham Alger if he gets space. Good luck keeping your eye on the puck, though. Mertens to take the defensive zone faceoff, and the Indians win it. And they might have a chance coming back the other way. Here's Malley. Malley has a man open. It's Slavin. Slavin in on goal. Save made. Rebound. Save again by Dold. And again, the net off its moorings behind Dold's right shoulder. If watches still needed to be set in the year 2021, you could set your watch to it. It's really quite something. And Indians fans want a delay of game. I don't think they have a legitimate beef, though. I just don't think it's quite securely fastened for whatever reason. Alexander off the faceoff win for the Indians. Slavin that close to making it a 3-goal game all over again for the Indians, but Jake Dold really has hung tough in this hockey game despite what the scoreboard says. Indians trying to keep the pressure on here as Ringwald keeps it alive at the left point. Floats it in wide of the goal, and Dold might have gotten a piece of that one as well. Tomko fighting for this puck behind the cage. It'll come to the Vikings' defense as they try to tie it up on the boards. The Indians still have it, though. Alexander looked like he was calling for it, but the Vikings are able to clear. That's Sarkis applying pressure on Ringwald as Ringwald goes down, and the penalty is coming up against the Vikings. Thomas comes on for the extra man as this shot is deflected wide to the right of Dold, who touches up, and the Indians will get their third power play of the night. Both teams are combined 5 for 5 on the PK, and sometimes it doesn't matter how many power play goals you score. It's when you score them that matters. And a goal here for the Indians would go a long way toward breathing room. They win the faceoff to Dold's right, and they are able to keep it inside the zone as Tomko fought through that. To Alexander it comes. His shot. One of the Indians was trying to deflect it in front. That was Ben Kovac. Now Ringwald for Tomko. Tomko from the top of the left circle puts it off the iron. Tomko finding metal but not mesh 20 seconds into the man advantage. Alexander centers for a wide open Ringwald. Ringwald for Tomko. Tomko out in front. Score! Like taking Halloween candy from a baby, it's Camden Martin again all alone on Dold's doorstep, and he's just able to tap that puck into the open net, and the Indians do get that elusive power play goal, and it's a big one to make it 4-1 with 13:09 to play in regulation. Camden Martin, his second of the season and night for the Peters Township Indians. Vikings trying to find a quick answer here as Acklin has this one, muscling off Osceola, centers it for Alger. Alger's shot, save made by Thomas. Alger right between the circles. Had room to shoot, and shoot he did, but Thomas was equal to the task. Face off to the sophomore's right. And in on Thomas it comes again, and again he covers up, getting down very quickly as the Vikings try to run a quick set play there off the face-off and nearly succeeded. Again, they'll drop it to Thomas's right. Acklin wraps it to the boards, but the Indians send it back the other direction. Here's Murphy to the half wall. And this time Tomko does get an assist on a Camden Martin goal. Of that much we are certain. Ringwald getting the other power play helper on that fourth Peters Township goal, as you may have just heard in the background. As here comes Alger fanning on a shot from between the circles. His follow-up from the right circle is denied by Thomas. To the point it comes, and off the protective netting it goes. Scalise putting that one just a little too high, and the Vikings will change it up before the face-off here in Peters territory with just under 12 to go in the third. We talked about the shared history between these teams a little bit. Peters Township again trying for its 10th consecutive win over the Central Catholic Vikings, a streak that dates back to late 2017. And a streak that started in the Penguins Cup championship game. Over the line for Central comes Gaffney. Gaffney losing it to Malley. Malley picking up speed as he comes over the Central Catholic line. He's shouldered into the boards by one of the Vikings. That's Peluso. To the point it comes for Ringwald. Ringwald snaps a puck into the stomach of Dold, who covers. Mertens to take the draw now for Peters against Gaffney. And Gaffney wins it for the Vikes. Colin McCarthy now with space for Central Catholic. Tries to center it, but a great sliding play by Ringwald to give up his body to absorb that puck, and now play whistled dead as one of the Vikings was down behind the Peters goal and slow to get up. I don't think we're getting any penalties here. Officials just erring on the side of caution with the injured player, I should say. And that player, Colin McCarthy, appears to be no worse for the wear. Face-off will come just outside the Indian zone. Tomko to take it against Gaffney. Gaffney taps it ahead, where it's taken by the Indians' Alexander, and up ahead for Tomko. Tomko getting quick penetration offensively for the Indians, who give this puck up on that one-on-one battle behind the goal line, but it's lost now to Kovac. Kovac trying to take it away from Peluso, who regains possession but gives it right back to Martin. Camden Martin out in front. Shot by Kovac. Save made. Rebound. Dold unable to cover. It's still loose, and it's gotten to the point where Ringwald is unable to keep it inside the zone. Martin just dumps it back in and waits for his mates to tag up as the Vikings have it in the near corner with 10.5 to go in regulation. A 4-1 game in favor of Peters Township. Martin gloving this puck down to himself. Sets it up for Ringwald on the left point. Wiggles around a man before it's sent back toward the Peters blue line for Alexander. Tomko dumping it deep as he will come off and a fresh unit will come on for Rick Tingle. Off a Viking stick this goes. No icing. Cassiola pinned against his own half wall. But the Indians for a moment had possession, but it's taken away by Alger, who fires it hard off the glass wide of the Peters Township goal. Out in front it comes, loose between the circles, cleaned up by Ness. To the corner it comes for Sarkis. Unable to keep it alive at the point was Uar. And the Vikings are offside. They'll face it off at center. Kazarowski to take it for the Indians, and he wins it. Back to McKenna. McKenna down the left side through the official's crease. Gets it behind the Central Catholic goal, where it's played by Dold to the near corner. 2-on-2 battle. Indians fighting for it. Comes free to Ness, and eventually the Vikings just kind of sail it by everybody and back to the stick of Kyle Thomas. McKenna looking for space. Passes to himself and sails it by the head of Kazarowski, who's in pursuit of this puck. Getting there first is Uar of Central Catholic. Up ahead it comes now, and the Vikings might have some numbers. They're onside as they come over the line, and the long shot is put on Thomas. Denied. Rebound. It's still loose. Not anymore. And Thomas is run over, it looks like, by one of the Vikings. That's Scalise, who is trying to get his nose dirty and score a Patrick Hornquist-type goal, but nothing doing. Officials, even though the puck was across the line when it was unearthed, officials immediately signaling no goal, and they'll face it off to the left of Thomas with 8:48 to play. Vikings win the offensive zone draw to the point for Cardiff. That shot blocked by Eddy. Ackland trying to get it back to Cardiff. He can't. The Indians clear. From his own blue line, pulling back as Nathan Cox gave it up to Eddy. Eddy's shot blocked, never made it through. The rebound is put off the left leg. Nice follow-up try there by Caleb Kovac, but making the leg save was Jake Dold. To the point it comes. In on Dold again. He drops to his knees to make the save in plenty of time. Now the Vikings finally able to gain possession, and Central Catholic will just work it back to center. Picking up speed now for the Vikes is George Ackland. Ackland through the left circle. Whizzing in behind the net. And this draw pass went by everybody. It'll go all the way back to goal for Dold. This outlet pass taken away by the Indians. Mertens after it. Mertens riding his man into the glass. That was Scalise. And the puck is turned over eventually to Austin Malley. Off the boards it comes to Scalise. Malley up ahead of the play, trying to do something with it, but here's Ackland for Central Catholic. Into the glove of Kyle Thomas. And Ackland's gotten some great looks at goal tonight, but Thomas has been there to deny him. Just under 7.5 to play in this game, as the Peters Township Indians are that much closer to their first road win of the 2021-2022 season. Central Catholic coming in with a pair of victories over Cathedral Prep and mighty Mount Lebanon. Shot off the side of the net there. Off the rush is taken and missed by Coyle. Coyle has it. His shot pass blocked by Mertens, and Mertens kicks it to himself and gets it up to Malley. Malley gains the red line and dumps it deep. Dold is there, sends it to the near boards, where the Vikings will outlet through center. Coyle over the line, lost it to the Peters Township defense. Now it comes to Malley. Malley sailing it up ahead to Slavin. Slavin has some space down the right side now. Pulls up, gets it to the corner. O'Malley took that pass and looks for a centering lane. Saw Tomko open for a moment, but now he's well marked by Gaffney, and the Vikings are able to come up with a steal. This cross-ice pass gloved down by Tomko, the freshman, and picked up now by Peluso. Up ahead for Masidi. Masidi off the shoulder and off the glass, I think, of Thomas. Martin unable to get it out of there. The Vikings center it for nobody in particular, and now Peters Township does get it through center, but this will be icing against the Indians. 6 to go in the game now, and it's a 4-1 lead for Peters Township. Max Ness and William Tomko each with their first goals of the season. And Camden Martin with a pair, including one most recently on the power play to put the Indians in control. Tomko to the corner. Back to the point. McKenna fans on this shot from up high. Cleared by the Vikings. And this will be another icing goal as McKenna, much to his consternation, didn't quite have the red line when he sent that puck in deep. And they're going to drop it to the right of Kyle Thomas, it looks like. Vikings win the draw, and they put it off the body of Thomas, it looks like. Turnaround try from the side of the goal is missed, as is the follow-up attempt by Alex Sarkis. Vikings buzzing here on this shift. Puck is loose at the feet of Kimberling as the Indians send it off their own glass, but not quite out. Kimberling after this one, but the Vikings have it. Backhand try goes just wide of the goal. Good effort there by Hewar, but he couldn't quite hit the target. Bamitz-Rider, the senior, with it now for the Indians, who are trying to find their legs after that face-off, and they'll just flip the puck errantly out of play, and we'll drop it in Peters Township territory with just over 5 minutes left in regulation, and Tingle wants to use this opportunity to change lines. Looks like Connolly's going to get some fresh men out there as well, with the Indians up by 3. Off the face-off, an immediate shot by Acklin is denied by Thomas from the ladder's knees. Out in front it comes, and the Indians send it the other way for Stouffer. Stouffer over the blue line. Stouffer looking for Eddie. Instead, he's going to shoot it himself wide of the goal. Alexander playing the puck at the right point, gets it deep for the Indians, but it'll be taken over by Peluso. Peluso is spinning around and trying to get it up ahead. It's stolen by Ringwald. Ringwald, after the intercept, is immediately worked over by Acklin, and the Indians have it in the offensive zone. From the circle it comes. This shot blocked by Stouffer, and the Vikings try to get something going the other way. Here's Pivach. Pivach looking for Acklin down the middle. It goes through the paint and wide of everybody. Follow-up try by Peluso, misses everything. Vikings in desperation mode here. Down by 3 in the third. Eddie with it, though, for Peters Township. Up to the red line. And the Indians get Slavin on late in the game here as Acklin comes over the line, and Slavin immediately applies the poke check to win possession for the Indians. At center, red, is Pivach. Pivach lost it. The Indians will just get the puck deep. They want to make changes as well, it looks like. McKenna and Murphy coming on here defensively for Rick Tingle. Malley going after this puck in the far corner, and the Indians do have possession. Mertens turning around and getting whacked. That was Cox getting physical. Snapshot by Alger goes wide to the right of Kyle Thomas. Give away to Alger, who dumps it in from the right point. Behind the net now for one of the Vikings. It comes to Cardiff. Cardiff from the top of the left circle. It's loose in front, fought for, and put wide as the Indians do a good job insulating their goaltender. Centering pass comes free to Alger. Alger could not quite keep it onside. And to tell you the truth, I think the Indians might have caught a break there. I think part of that puck still might have been on the blue line. I don't see a lot of indignation from the Central Catholic side, so it could have been just barely offside, but very close call from our perspective. Martin poking at this puck as it bounces into Central Catholic territory, and Connolly has pulled his goaltender with 2:40 to play. So it's a 6-on-5 advantage for the Vikings. Let's see if the Indians can do what the Pittsburgh Penguins did a couple nights ago and fill the empty cage. It's becoming more and more in vogue now for coaches to do that at all levels of hockey with more time left in the game to try and make up a lot of ground as this puck is covered by Thomas. And the net will remain empty as they'll face it off to Thomas's right. 2:21 remaining now. And Connolly will use his timeout. And that'll give us the opportunity to say that next up for the Peters Township Indians, they travel back to Prince Cape Arena, where they will be taking on another one of their South Hills brethren, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. And next up for the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings will be a road contest next Thursday night at the Seneca Valley Raiders. Central Catholic coming in, winners of back-to-back games to start the season. Peters Township evening its record at 1-1 on Tuesday with a home ice triumph over Bethel Park. And the Indians in control of this one, 4-1 with 2:21 to play. And it has been, thus far, a very sharp effort, especially on the defensive end for the Peters Township Indians. And as we said before, from this coaching staff led by Rick Tingle, over the years we have come to expect nothing less. Vikings trying to pull one back here at 6-on-5. Going for the faceoff is Gaffney, and he wins it to the left point for Peluso, whose shot goes off a leg and wide of everything. From the far corner, it comes behind the net. Acklin whacking for that puck. It'll come free for a moment to Gaffney, but he couldn't hang on. Peluso keeping it alive at the left point. To the near corner it comes. Indians immediately surrounding that puck, and they get it up to Cacciola. Cacciola from the red line going to take a stab at the open net, and he converts. With 1:49 to play, it is Luke Cacciola, the senior, getting his first of the season, and it's a 4-goal bulge for the visitors. And Dold gets back into goal with 1:49 to play. Indians win the ensuing faceoff. And up it'll come now to Caleb Kovac. Puck settled down now defensively by Hewer. Hewer unable to get it out of the zone, and Kovac sends it deep. Now Hewer will get a second try as he gets it up ahead to Anthony D'Orazio, who sees some late action here for Connolly's squad. D'Orazio, one of only 5 sophomores on this Central Catholic team. Both of these teams with 2 freshmen and 5 sophomores on their respective rosters coming into tonight. Peters Township is a team with 17 seniors, and you just saw one of them, Luke Cacciola, getting on the board for the first time in 21-22 with that empty net goal. Up ahead it comes to one of the Vikings, and here's a nice little maneuver, denied though by Kyle Thomas, sliding to his right to stop Mike Ewer. Vikings almost had a positive to build on there in the form of a second goal, but Thomas continues to sparkle here in net for the Indians. Half a minute to play as this puck is sent into the corner of the Peters Township zone. And it'll be played by McKenna. Up for Mertens. Mertens, near corner, just kind of dumping it deep. O'Malley chases. Mertens in digging for this one with 15 seconds left. Vikings have it. Time for maybe one last rush if they hurry. It won't change the outcome, but maybe they can change the score. They're not going to be able to do that either. That's it, and that's all from the USA rink in the Alpha Ice Complex, where Kyle Thomas made 24 saves. Camden Martin had a couple of goals. The exciting freshman William Tomko got on the board for the first time this season, and the Indians got their first road win of the 2021-2022 campaign. The Peters Township Indians improved to 2-1 overall. The Central Catholic Vikings fall to 2-1 overall. As we line up for the handshake line, and what a treat it is to see those back, as we said a week ago, after quite some time. Special thanks to producer Todd Kazarowski for all his yeoman's work behind the scenes, making this one possible. And thank you in the South Hills and everywhere else, wherever you are, for watching. Once again, your final score tonight from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Pennsylvania. The Peters Township Indians 5 and the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 1. And for Todd Kazarowski, I'm Matt Popchuk, and once again, we thank you for watching Peters Township Hockey on Peters Hockey TV. Good night.